Hey guys, we haven't tried this beer yet. This is a pretty good one.
Yeah,
Southern Tier.
They didn't give you a whole
Irish
beer.
cream stout.
Yeah, look at us.
It's a problem. Post.
So, again, we're doing, for the first time, Basmati Blues.
Hey, we should have got some basmati rice for this.
There's a steaming pot of it just in the middle.
Yeah, like steam coming out.
No, man,
This thing keeps like freezing up.
Actually, man, I got Rice 9, and let's bring it out.
Did Rice 9 look different than regular rice? Also, can we talk about Rice 8? Is there like a prequel with
I think it was
8?
actually Rice 9.
Ooh, well, I mean that makes sense.
There's probably a sequel with Rice 10.
Rice 10 sounds like an anime, actually, so that's great.
But it's about Rice N, but they call it Rice 10
Okay.
instead.
Okay.
I think we're writing this. Or it's writing itself.
I think so. Hopefully, is Donald Sutherland still alive to be in this? I don't remember.
That's a great question. I think he's still alive.
I don't know how I took so many notes because I was so fucking bored in the middle. I was like, I want to leave this earth, maybe? In the middle of this movie. But hey, let's get to it. We're not there.
See, that's Matt. That's when you watch with someone you love.
Shout Studios! Shout!
You know you make me want.
Yeah, they had exclamation point. Do we know if Shout Studios did anything? I was going to look this up earlier. I forgot.
No, they fully went bankrupt. There's no way.
Probably right after this.
This is like a pre-Marvel Brie Larson as well.
Not that pre, though. This was 2017.
But you could tell it was filmed before that. Like, she was very young.
The Shout Studios was founded in 2002. This is off the Wikipedia here.
Why would you even go there?
I'm really interested. And it went defunct in 2023. What? It was around till then? Oh, the Shout Factory was one of the other things it was known as, I guess. Shout Factory.
I feel like someone got sued for that. That seems like it was someone else's name.
Also formerly Retropolis Entertainment.
Directed by Dan Barron. Written by Dan Barron.
Do we think Dan did anything else after this? Because a white guy wrote this? Wait a minute. This is based
It wasn't
in
just
India.
Brie Larson, that, because we also had Utkarsh Ambedkar, as well as Scott
I think
Bakula.
you nailed that.
Yeah, nailed it.
And Donald Sutherland, and that lady
Donald
who I
Sutherland.
kept thinking was Stalker Channing was not.
It's Time
Daly.
Daly. Yeah,
you're right.
Tim
You're correct.
Daly's,
Thank
Tim
you.
Daly's sister. Man, like
Yeah.
Tim Daly, the legendary Tim Daly.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
her sister. Also, fuck your parents, dude. Like Time and Tim. Come on, man.
I want to name him Tim. What about him? Her. Time.
Teen.
Tum? Like, are you okay?
He's running out of gas. Did he
Yeah.
stroke during mid-naming? Okay, cool.
Okay,
Sahil Seg.
Hey, we gotta look at this movie, okay? Space-time Basmati going on here. We got some space. It's like flying through the galaxy or something.
This is about what's like rice and DNA and atoms and shit. It's like showing you how everything's related.
But also space.
Because of this very benevolent company called Mogul.
And also Mogul satellite that flies by.
Mogul.
I'm like, okay, Mogul.
You know, Mogul, known for being a
Mogul.
good thing, like a conglomerate, the head of a conglomerate of some sort. Mogul.
You know, now you told me this was written by the guy that directed it all the way up his ass, so this completely makes sense now. I did not know
They're
that.
never going to get it because I changed the U to an I.
Then we'll do these funny Indian things like that are going to be really funny. We're gonna really age well.
I bet you he has an Indian wife.
That's probably he's like, is this funny? She's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm fucking the gardener. He's like,
there's a lot of those.
I'm gonna finish this.
There's kind of a lot of those themes in this.
Yeah.
She almost immediately goes into singing when we see first we see Brie Larson. I'm like, oh, okay.
Now this
is what we're doing here.
This is labeled as a musical comedy, and I would say that it's supposed to be a rom-com, but the musical part is really strangely few and far between. Like,
well,
enough that you get the musical part, but also these musical pieces are poorly written.
In theater, they call it play with music, where it's like there's a couple songs, but there's a lot more dialogue.
Yeah, poor. This is poor.
They were so.
I fucking hated this.
They're so bad. I came back around on them though.
No,
I was just like,
that first song.
Terrible.
That first song was like, this is garbage. Like
each and every song was trash.
This is what you started the movie with. Like this piece of garbage song, and I was like, okay. It feels like something I wrote as a teenager and thought was really good, but you don't see that on TV. I'm not putting that on for you guys, and you'll never see it.
That's our next podcast we're doing, actually, right after this is called...
We're doing My Silver Ray Musical Row?
That's bullshit.
My Silver Ray Musical Row. No, you'll never see that. And...
Guys, but Scott Bakula is her dad. And if you if you don't think that I made several references in my notes to When We See Leaping Home, you're fucking wrong.
Definitely has some quantum leap.
You're wrong!
Hoping each time that the next leap will be the leap home.
Also, her boss. He's also her boss, which I was like, okay. I don't like that.
Weird. Nepotism.
Fun
Nepotism.
Just immediately like, oh yeah, she's worthless. It's because her dad. I'm like, okay, well, that's fun.
The song she keeps talking about rise, but it sounds like she's saying rice. Like,
yeah, that's the point of it, man.
No, fuck you.
That's what you don't get.
Stupid.
Dude, that's
so
the fucking point.
So dumb.
It's so fucking brilliant. No. You don't even get it because you're a plebe.
Are you Dan Barron?
I am Dan. I actually wrote this as my pseudonym is Dan Barron. Your mother would be proud. And
by the way,
what she looks at, then she wants to look at a picture of her dead mom, and you're like, "Oh, that's gonna come back and
Jesus
mean
Christ.
something." It
doesn't. She never mentions her mom again.
No, never.
What's the thing she doesn't like a lot? Like
snakes. She hates snakes.
Surprises.
Oh,
she hates it. She gets surprised. It's like you have to go to India now, and she's like, "I hate surprises."
What if she hated snakes though? That would be a better movie, right?
No, it wouldn't be better. It wouldn't make this better. Unless she was killed by a snake. And she sings about dying. Like,
I'm dying from snake venom.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mogul.
Mogul.
We're gonna do it.
No, you're like, okay, this. They got some right stuff. They got to have some mustache for the bad guys. They picked the perfect mustache for the bad guys.
They also put another music thing in here. So like, oh, this is gonna make a full ass musical. But then they don't have any for a while.
Yeah, for an hour.
Next hour. I think this guy was like, I want this musical, and then he was like, this is fucking hard. Like, we're just gonna do
the music's too hard. Let's make him talk. Donald Sutherland, we're gonna make you do a song later, though. Don't you worry.
Yeah, if you're like Donald Sutherland, there's no way he sings in this. You're fucking.
No, you're wrong. Time Daly, Donald Sutherland duet.
It's almost like a patter song. Like
I thought that too. I was like, oh, it's kind of like a patter song. We're not there yet. Hey, we're not there. So
you like this one?
Does Brie Larson's face look fake in the beginning of this? It looks like. It looks like somebody really put some kind of weird filter or too much makeup on her in the first in the first shot.
No, there's CG and there's green screen in this, and all of it's bad.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is going on with her face? It looks like they tried to de-age her, but she doesn't need to be de-aged.
Don't do anything with Brie Larson's face ever.
Yeah, I was like, what are you doing?
Ever. She's gorgeous. So she's doing science to save the world. She's feeding crickets for some reason.
Plants and bugs. There's plants. There's lots of plants, lots of bugs.
She gives the local drunk a high five. Who looks like he's from Central Casting.
What she is?
We need a drunk. You're like, that's me. I'm the drunk.
Well, she's definitely okay, we get it. You're the White Knight character. We get it. Okay. She's like, I am only here to save everything and nothing bad in my life at all. It's like, okay, all right.
We found out that she has to go to India to hawk this thing called Rice 9,
which is their rice product that grows 22% more rice per square whatever.
Yeah, and it also has 9 times the nutrients of regular
so
rice or something.
Nutritious. Yeah. Unlike that other rice.
There's so much protein in it.
Rice.
It's like you're eating the pounded chicken, but you're just eating rice.
They taught the shit. There's a lot of exposition on this rice. Much more there is on the characters of this movie. The rice we know about.
And so the next part of the scene that we see Donald Sutherland, which we're like, oh, he's the villain. Because when is he not the villain?
I'm trying to think of a movie he wasn't the villain in.
Jamie thought of one, and I forgot it was something weird, and I was like, okay, you know what?
Sure, I looked it up.
The exception of Crucial role. Back when he was younger, he probably played a cat or a lovable hero sometimes.
Yeah. So where was the birthplace of Basmati? Did you write that down?
In Basmati, India, of course.
Billari. So they play this musical thing in the beginning. Donald Sutherland's and the birthplace of Basmati. Do we know it's there? And he's like, the figurative birthplace. And that was the only place I almost laughed. I was like, okay. He's mustache for the bad guy. But none of these jokes ever hit. Was that just me, or did you laugh?
I laughed at one place, but I can't remember where. I think I wrote
this was not it. Also, they're like, "Oh, we got this guy over there," and he's trying to set the stuff up, but also he's fucking the governor's wife.
Yeah, and he was this weird-looking middle-aged white guy, and I was like, okay, I guess this is picked from the headlines or something.
Yeah, I was like, cool, all right. And he's like, we need to find somebody who will melt hearts and minds.
And makes them forget Jeffries. Who's that guy?
Jeffries. That's his name.
Jeffries.
So they're like, hey, let's pick a random scientist.
So they're looking at, there's cameras everywhere, including one just like through the shelves of her singing. When she doesn't know, like there's a camera like literally stock on with her and she's never seen this camera or she just doesn't care.
No, it's gross there.
I don't know.
Place.
Sounds disgusting.
It sounds like there's a lot of bathrooms.
Doesn't sound like a fun place to live or work. I mean, I was like, filming her singing. Wow, right to the fucking camera, Brie. Right to the fucking camera.
Again, she's singing. She's getting another number in.
Because she's like, this camera's my audience. I'm singing to this camera. And I was like, I don't like this. I don't like it. And
this movie didn't know if it wanted to be a Bollywood movie or a musical or sometimes it's almost slapsticky.
There's no Bollywood in this till right to the end and then they shoehorned it in.
But there was Bollywood themes of like how romance and the hero is kind of clumsy and does stupid things.
The latest version of that, yes.
I know. No. I agree with that. But I'm just saying they tried something, but they didn't ever follow
This was no RRR, guys. Okay?
They didn't follow through. Yes, definitely not RR. No way.
Although I think the RR guy did do a bit part as one of the farmers, and it was pretty dope. I was like, I think that's the RR guy. I didn't confirm it though. So he's like, you gotta go to India. And she's like, I don't even like leaving my neighborhood. You get like the weird.
Oh, she said she doesn't have a passport.
Yes. And he's just like, yep, see ya. Like that. No, that's not how it
she
works.
needs a fucking passport.
That's not how it works.
You get it shipped overnight.
Also, Donald Sutherland does this weird guffaw that seems like it was his actual laugh, and they just left it in.
He has weird mannerisms, and I don't know if they were trying something, but they
never
hit. He's never hit.
It was from. I was like, why is he laughing?
Like that weird shit at the end when they were driving the train.
Yes.
What
this train is? No, they kept singing.
Yeah, they kept singing.
Okay, we're not there.
Okay. I was like, stop.
Yeah. But she's also like, I'm running this whole lab. He's like, yeah, fuck off to India.
Yeah.
And like, okay, and then it's just like plane flying. And I'm like, okay, but what about her lab though? There's not even. She doesn't even have an assistant in there.
Oh, she's her dad.
He's not. He's on a fucking video call. He's not even there.
Don't go there. It's fine. It's show up.
What does he even do? Like, he obviously knows about this, what the bad shit that's going down here.
He has to leave through fucking time. Give him a break.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's why, this is my theory, and we're going to get to it, that he is actually Sam Beckett in that body, because he doesn't know where the fuck he is.
Oh, what is the main character's name?
Her name,
yeah,
is Sweet Sexy Brie.
Think of the oldest person's name.
Ruth.
Close.
Eunice.
Linda Watts.
Linda, yes. Okay, I'm sorry. I did write that later.
So, when was the last time
someone was named Linda in a movie?
Or even on Earth at this point?
That's like
Like, you have to be at least 50 years old to be named Linda. Dan, what are you thinking?
Dan, maybe he probably wrote
Linda Watts. She's like, my grandma's name was Linda.
His high school crush.
She was hot.
And he probably stood in for all the kissing scenes, too. Get the fuck out of here.
Linda Watts. So okay.
Yeah, so it's a real culture shock match. She gets him to people bumping into her. Oh, no, I don't know where I'm going. I'm a fish out of water.
People hanging on the top of the train. Okay, all right, we got it, man.
This is crazy. She also is on the train with her fucking microscope out.
Yeah. She's busy.
And it's like a big ass microscope for no fucking reason.
She's busy, okay? She got stuff to do.
She's studying this rice on the fucking train to the point where it bumps and hits her in the eye. She's like, oh, my eye! And we look a little bit there. And I'm like, okay.
It was supposed to be funny. You didn't laugh?
But guys, then we get...
She's a fish out of water.
Then we get the official meet cute. Because the guy's like, I got tea. And then she just grabs her because that's what you would do if someone's just screaming they have tea. And there's just one cup there, you just go for it. But then another hand grabs it. And you're like, oh, this is going to be romantic, I can tell. And it's meet cute.
Terrible. They have as much chemistry as Ron and Hermione. I was talking about this earlier. I was like,
I thought
through the whole movie, they get worse and worse. And I'm like,
yeah, everyone knows as long as your face gets close to the person, then you're going to kiss.
This guy went on to write, I don't know this, but I'm guessing. He wanted to write several Hallmark Christmas movies. Because there's always the rich dude that's probably better for the girl and nicer to the girl, except for one thing at the end where they're like, I'm a mustache twirl, so you have to be with the other guy. And there's
But then also he came around too.
Yeah, but then there's the can't get along dope that they fall in love with. It's like, okay.
Even though he is severely abusive.
And unlikable. He's fucking unlikable. Like every time he says something, it's like, okay. Like when he does the fake Indian accent, she didn't know what she was doing.
You obviously don't know the advice.
And then he said something about monkey masala, and she believed him because she's an idiot. She's never been there. And he got mad at her for believing him. Like, she's an idiot. She's never been there. Like
she's literally like coming.
Her intelligence is 20, and her wisdom's like 4, and you're doing this to her.
She's literally coming to you as like a dawn of the fucking woods, and you're making fun of her.
Yeah, what a dick.
That's on you, bud. But she does have it's that guy for Akbar. I don't know why I've seen. I think I've seen. He did like a couple college humor things and stuff. But
I've definitely seen him in something.
Yeah. But then you get sexy Indian man, who we find out is named Prince William, and he's a government representative. He thinks that she's an assistant at first because he's such a man. Am I right?
But yeah, because he's like looking for the fat one or something, and he does not get the fat one. He gets Brie Larson.
Yeah.
Her dad's
He
pretty
gets
hot.
a fat one.
Even if her dad, like he's pretty.
That's
hot.
what I said. Scott Bagels. Let's go. So our hero is in an ox cart. While she drives past with the prince in a car.
But that dude, they had good chemistry. Like they were talking nicely the whole time. Like.
But he's a rich asshole, man. Everyone knows that.
So she can't be with him.
Yeah, they tell you over and over.
But really, you see, like, his life's kind of complicated.
Can we call him from now on Billy Yum Yum 2x2?
You see, his life's very complicated. Like, his mom's trying to push him to get married, really. And, like, he's just trying to be good at this business. And then he kind of gets roped in with the Rice 9 shit, you know? Like,
Matt, here's a legit joke, by the way, you probably missed because you're too busy in the movie. They're in the ox cart.
Definitely missed it.
And the dad's there, and he's like, "Oh, Dad's been like watching too many psychology podcasts," and he's like, "Yeah, you don't hear Freud and Jung complaining." He named his
I did hear that.
Freud and Jung.
I did hear that. I was like,
really good.
And this is actually
landed.
that moment.
Joke.
That moment was the time I was like,
I think the dad was the best character in this.
This moment was the time I was like, none of these jokes are going to be funny. I will not laugh.
I like this guy. He reminds me of like Kamala Khan's dad, or like the dad from Kim's Convenience, where he's just like, "I'm goofy, and that's what I'm here for. I'm bald and goofy."
But also, okay.
There's a beautiful villa she goes to, which is like the governor's mansion.
She's living large.
This is, if you're like, I want to see Brie Larson's feet, this is where you get it, right here. They linger for like 15 seconds.
Yeah.
I did.
I think I wrote something about Quentin Tarantino's in this movie.
I just wrote show feet. And it's like,
I did. Quentin Tarantino produced.
I know
they're washing her feet. That's what they're doing. It must have been like
the oil.
Yeah, it was like some kind of like washing ceremony. Oh, and then they eat with their hands. She's like,
such culture shock.
She's like,
I've never been outside a place with forks before.
Also, though, they probably got forks there. Like, they know she white white bitch. They could be like, here's a fork. Like, it's a rich place.
Dan doesn't think so.
That would have made more sense if they were like in town, in like where other dudes from.
Dan, and more importantly, Dan's wife, the Indian woman, definitely an Indian woman, doesn't think so.
Well, it would have made more sense, but they did not care about the sense.
He's like, I did a semester in India when I was in college. Every place is like this. Farmers are the feet on which the nation stands, Matt.
Which we saw some feet, so it worked perfectly.
I think that came almost right after that scene too. He's like, she's like talking with the sister that she, not the sister, but the woman that she was like hanging out. Or no, she was no. This is when she's. This scene is when she goes to a school, I think, and then the woman is like, "You're coming home with me."
No, the mom of the rich guy. Yeah, okay. You got me.
You're supposed to go to the stinkweed scene. I wrote a lot of stuff down.
That fucking stinkweed shit is stupid.
Yeah, let's skip to the stinkweed part because this is
stinkweed. Yeah, I will sell stinkweed. He's going to sell the weed.
No, because the stinkweed keeps the weevils away.
Yeah, and then it grows back. The rice grows back.
Yeah, and he's going to prove it.
Stinkweed. He says stinkweed like 14 times in the scene
because he's something of a scientist himself.
Stinkweed, and then they'll get him back to university because he couldn't afford to be there.
But he's working in the rice paddies.
With stinkweed? They had stinkweed there?
This is actually funny. He goes, you can charge her says, my phone didn't charge, and the power went out. It's like, you can charge your phone in the car, but the car's like a really old car, and you can't like charge your phone there. That was so funny.
Yeah, I was like, at this point, I was like, are they sabotaging her? Like, Is that what they're doing?
No, Matt, India just sucks.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
Like, does Dan like India? We don't think so.
I said, phone died, she is dumb. That's what I put.
Well, Matt, they just sent her over there. She's not dumb, okay?
Well, she's like, oh, I charged my phone last night. Who doesn't pick up their phone and the first thing you do is look at, like, your shit on your phone?
She's absent-minded, okay?
She's, like, 0 for wisdom. That's all I'm saying. Got 20 for intelligence, 0 for wisdom. Like,
but like a 20 for tight t-shirts, because she was definitely rocking a tight t-shirt.
You're saying Linda was showing the...
Okay, Linda. Like, okay, Linda.
Like, Linda, listen. Linda Watts.
Okay, so, yeah, she's walking in the range, got a little umbrella, though. But then she meets up with our hero,
Rajit.
who's just being extra.
Again, this is real. I forgot about the tea scene. I must have, like, looked away or something. So when this comes up, I know, I knew they had already kind of met at that point, but I forgot about that scene. So when this comes up, I'm like, oh, he's going to make that good impression. And he does not. Like, he just, okay. Like,
and also, like, she didn't really see him either. Like,
no.
Literally, like the top of his head, and like, oh, you got the tea, bye. And they're like, okay, that's over.
Yeah.
But, and he knows a meet cute.
Yeah, which he brings up later. Oh, I gave you the tea on the train.
I was like, yeah, I saw you like this, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, how the fuck does she remember that, dude? So yeah, then
women.
This is
right?
the monkey Marsala scene because she goes like, "Do you speak English or something like that?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, I speak English," but he's like pretending that he doesn't speak it or something. And it's like, first of all, I'm like, okay,
and they showed the greeting, Matt. Greeting,
yeah, which she of course does.
Funny. It was funny, yeah.
It was on the head. It was like the top of the head because that's what she listened to.
Well, I didn't want to slap your glasses.
That's fine. I would have just punched you. Like, sorry, I'm sorry. Oh. It was fuck. I hate this movie. Okay, so I got lost. So there we go. Okay, so is this when they talk about rice patty radio? Oh no, it's not. This is before that. They're talking about the weed part, and she goes, "That's my 6th favorite weed."
Yeah.
Because she loves weed just like him. This is what they bond over, and it's supposed to be like how they fall in love.
You know what would have been cool is if she would have thought it was like weed.
Or she pulled out like a joint and just started smoking.
Linda's Wowie, and then you get them listening.
Linda, I think this guy watched all of the series Bones, and it was like, I'll just have Emily Deschanel's character be Brie Larson.
So we actually said that because of her like the songs she was singing, like the cadence of them, that this might have been originally made for like Zooey Deschanel. Maybe because like Zooey Deschanel's voice would have totally lended to like these very like not very. There's not a lot of movement in the song.
Not vibrato in their voice.
It's very cheery stuff for the most part that she was singing, and it was like. I was like, was this meant for someone else? And like Brie Larson just can't sing, so like, okay, well Zoe dropped out. She's doing the new girl. Like, get in here, kind of thing. I don't know.
Also, this was the guitar part.
They gave her an old guitar.
Yeah, and the song she's playing is boring. I was like, give me a break. I'm like, this is a song you're going to introduce to people? Like, I'm playing a song and it's a
country song or something.
Song. It's so good. Like, okay. And they're like, you can keep the guitar. That's all they're telling.
Like, we've never heard anything as boring as that.
Like, geez, just keep the guitar. Maybe you can practice more.
By the way, that guitar was dope.
I did like the guitar.
It was dope as fuck. It had some kind of little
I would have kept it.
Yeah.
I would have kept it. Yeah. But I didn't want to hear that song.
I thought it was a Gibson, but it might have been like some kind of Indian brand. I don't know, but it was.
They said somebody left it in their house.
It's been there for a long time.
Yeah, like 30 years or something.
Okay.
Like, cool.
That's actually when I mentioned to Jamie that I bought a new guitar.
You're like, by the way, that was nice. Yeah. Did it work?
It did.
Till she watches this.
And then I never get away with it. Rajit's really laying it on at this point. Did you think that she was like saying that the genus and species of the rice 9, it was like disarmed Uranus, I think she said it was called.
I hope so.
I was like, what? And I was like, oh, she must be talking about the rice. That was the stinkweed, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
disarmed Uranus. Yeah, disarmed Uranus. They almost kiss. And just very organic. You're like,
because you're like weeds. That's what you think when you think weeds. You want to make out.
But of course, they don't have to make a loud noise like anyone would do.
He does luckily stop by her American rice paddy. Yeah?
This is a personal question. Have you been interrupted by a loud noise into like a first kiss? Where you're like, no, now I'm not going to do it.
Wow,
no, I don't want to do it. I don't loud noise. bang. Oh, I guess we're not kissing now.
I still got shot.
I'd be like, okay, we're still kissing now, right?
Can I get the kiss?
Yeah. What? I'm dying.
Please,
This is my last one I'm gonna get. Right?
Please. But also, they had no chemistry up to that point. They like weeds. That's it. That's the only thing.
Oh, and then she's like, okay, you stop in my lab, though. And how could that go wrong?
Oh, it did. Immediately.
In, like, the next fucking scene. Because...
American rice patty, baby.
Because her lab is a fucking clean room.
Yeah.
And, like, literally covered in every way you can break seeds
Which she didn't tell him, and there's no security, so it doesn't really help.
And also Prince William comes with a bunch of flowers that she then chucks out. And, like, makes him put on a bunch of stuff.
Poor Prince William.
And
Prince William was the real hero of this movie, guys.
I call him Billy Yum Yum 2x2, but sure.
So then more chemistry. There's apology bananas in the scene, which it happened.
Which again is more contamination. And he's not even listening. Like this dude has said that he was trained to be a scientist, and he's not even respecting her
not at all.
in any way.
Yeah. Again, these two are going to fall in love. These two are the main romantic pair in this movie. These two.
Yeah.
And this isn't even the worst thing yet.
No, we're not there yet.
Rice Patty Radio, though.
This is where Jamie started laughing, though, that scene with the clean room. She fucking ate that shit up. I was like, Jamie is into this cheesy-ass shit.
It was a lot of cheesy shit. A lot of cheese.
And like I said, I think that's why I enjoyed it more, because Jamie was so into this stupid, funny stuff that I was just like, I was having fun with it.
I was alone, a single man in my house.
Just not even a cat?
Not even a cat to call my own. I stole the neighbor's dog.
Did you have that sock that you drew eyes on and you do stuff too?
I love you. I want to be your Basmati foods. Sing with me.
Like, stop being racist, sock.
I wrote here, I guess, because Dr. Linda does her class.
Linda.
And she has like a Rice number 9 jingle.
Yep. And everyone knows the jingle. They sing the jingle.
And it's like in harmony.
Yep, they sing the jingle.
What the fuck is going on?
It's an important jingle. Everyone knows it.
I was like, what?
Obviously, Donald Sutherland wrote and sung that song.
At this point, because Scott Bakula was like egging her on, so I was like, is he the villain, maybe? Like, that could have been a fun twist.
Would have been better.
Yeah, it could have been a fun twist. No, he's somehow an unwitting dog.
This is Scott Bakula in this movie. Hey, Scott, you owe me that favor for when I got you an Enterprise. He's like, yeah, what favor? I don't, first of all, that kind of ruined my career. He's like, hey, Scott, I need you to just, like, phone it in for my movie, like,
literally,
10 minutes.
Like, you can do anything over Zoom.
Yeah, like, Zoom, like, 10 minutes of shit. It was 2017.
One shooting, we'll fly to India, we'll pay for everything, come to India for one day, we'll film this.
I don't think he was in fucking India.
I think they were in India.
I think he was in Los Angeles.
Really? On a soundstage? Come on.
They didn't even bring him.
They had some good lighting, at least, okay? Yeah, so now they find out that, like...
Oh, this goes very badly for
Rice
her, this talk.
Yeah, like, she's not good at talking.
Yeah.
And
they're assholes to her.
And they're jerks to her. But then, like, fucking Rajit, like, goes full dick.
He does.
And like,
again,
okay.
This is the main romantic lead of this movie. So he's mad because, they've been farming for 5,000 years, and she's like, I'm just trying to, like, make this better, like, the world better. That's all I'm trying. He's like,
he goes like a wolf.
He's like, you thought we ate monkeys, and, like, she's like, you told me you ate monkeys.
Which I'm glad she called him that, because I was like, what the fuck? Who the fuck wrote this? And I'm like, okay, at least she's called him on it. That's good.
Like, you fucking said it, bro. Like... I was like, they should never talk again after this, right?
Yeah, and she even chucked this apology bananas. So you're like, oh, this got to be over.
Anti-love song. This is a duet. They're like, we can't be in love.
We're not in love.
Okay. But then he goes and fucking one-ups this shit. He's like, I'm going to grow my thing with the stinkweed, and then we're going to grow some of her shit.
No, but don't forget, man, this is not just a duet, this is a tree-et.
No, who's the tree-et?
Because Billy Young 2x2 comes in and they sing a little part, and then they all show up in the same exact place, and you're like, what the fuck?
He's the Eponine of this.
Yeah. I've been shocked! Like, okay, wow, that's fucking weird. And she's just walking with her guitar at this point, too, and you're like, why?
Oh, this bothered me. I think that's why I tuned out for a little bit, because I was like, okay. And this, to be honest, this movie isn't the worst movie we've seen. It just was so poorly written.
Oh, yeah.
And most of it was boring.
Everything we want. I think you just the callus is gone.
Mixed nuts, fantastic. Mixed nuts.
It's Christmas Sleigh.
That was written better than this.
I don't believe that.
At least Christmas Sleigh knew what it was. This, I don't know what the fuck this guy was trying to do. Like, okay, keep going. Sorry. So the rice contest, stinkweed versus rice contest. Yeah. He's looking at the cow there. We see Diwali, and then right after Diwali, he writes rice contest at the end of it. Okay.
And so he is fully okay. You can stop that.
And then it goes right to a cat's cradle that fucking Time Daly and Donald Sutherland are doing,
and they're based on rice radio, and he's like fucking. Don't buy the rice until after the rice contest. It's gonna be this. I'm gonna win. And you're like, it's like fucking John Henry over here, just fucking trying to beat the train right now. You know?
Just a little baby.
And William is also has like a song with Big Daddy Mole.
Well, this was it because first it comes from this cat's cradle they're doing, and they're like, "We're going to steal all the money because we're bad guys."
Yeah.
It's
did you think?
And then Prince William calls Billy Yum Yum 2x2 calls, and he's like, "Hey, I need to talk to you about the contracts thing." And they're like, "Hey, have a drink. I got your some really good whiskey or something."
Send it right to your room.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, and then they're like,
"Here,
now I'm going to sing a lovely song," and he just like does. It was like it reminded me of like a Herod number from a Jesus Christ Superstar,
sure,
but like a local play, not like a stage, like a good stage.
Yeah, like a guy that couldn't sing, so they just made him do a patch.
Yeah.
So this is where you found out that the rice that can't seed.
Yeah, which I feel like Brie Larson, as this person who wants to save the world, should have thought of that.
So basically, they're trapped into like a subscription model where they're buying their rice every year.
Yeah,
which according to Jamie, happens all the time.
And they can't afford that. Basically, that's the thing. They're not going to be able to afford it after a while because it's going to be too expensive.
Because I was like, this sounds kind of like, no, this happens all the time. You're wrong. I was like, okay, cool. I was John a riff. Okay.
The worst part was she did this afterwards, and you look down, she's like,
fuck, and she punched me in the dick. She'd never do that. Curse your son, but I have to go betrayal over here, because I was like, okay.
Yeah, so like, this guy's on their team now or something, I guess. He was the nice one.
But Matt, they can pay.
Who they really had like fun. They had like good times together.
Forfeiting their land.
Yeah, he's like, well, they could just like forfeit their land.
And be slaves. White people, am I right?
I was like, okay.
There's some sexy blondes.
So it's like a political commentary. Dan, huh? Dan. There's just some white guilt in here.
You find out Mogul's slogan. We're the hand that feeds. Get it? It's like, don't bite them because they're the hand that feeds.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Sure.
They can loosen up child labor laws, he says.
So the kiddos. This is where they talk about the contracts have to wait till after Diwali because people they get have fun for Diwali. It's like Christmas. You can't really do stuff then, you know.
Hold on, Matt, because there's one more thing you missed.
No, I didn't.
The best thing.
Oh, the dance number.
There is a Star Wars reference in this song.
Oh, I did miss that.
Obi-Wan Kenobi gave up to Darth Vader for the greater good. So singing about the greater good, and that's one of the lines is Obi-Wan gave up to...
I did write down the names of all these songs, and then immediately forgot that they were the greater good songs, so you just said that.
Great.
The greater good.
The greater good.
And
for some reason, Billy yells out, "I'll even eat a cow."
Yeah, because they're religious, see?
But no, because they're cowboys. He's turning into a cowboy. You know?
But he's also, it's a sacred animal, and he'll give up all his convictions as an Indian man.
He's indoctrinated.
Because it's Indian. They love cows. So you get it?
And so
no, you don't get it. Indians love cows.
She's upset.
He'll eat them.
She's upset that, but Billy is like he's like, "Hey, baby, you got this, baby. Oh, yeah, you want to get with
again? Still a better love interest.
Let's go to the club, baby.
Again,
to the club.
Still a better love interest.
So he takes her to the club.
Where'd she get her dress from? RT's dress.
Yeah.
Which fits her perfectly.
Look good.
Look good.
You look good. So they get to the club, and he's having fun. She's having fun. But that motherfucker...
He's sitting there drinking like a douchebag over the corner, just like angry. And she's like, I'm going to go get a drink. Now I'm going to go talk to this guy, even though you've not had a good interaction with him.
Yeah.
Like,
there's no way this is going to end well for you guys.
Are you going to talk more about weed? Like, and plus, she doesn't even know that he's sabotaging her at this point. But even so, you just had a terrible interaction.
I just wrote Ranjit's a dickbag here.
Like, it bothered me how annoying he was. I'm like, is this some kind of trope that we're... Because I don't get
I
why.
did like that she was dancing super awkwardly. That was fun. But then they like, oh, we'll do a dance together, and then the inevitable club slow song comes on.
You know, when you're in a club and a slow song hits.
The fuck club is this?
So is this... the only club Dan's ever been to is like a high school homecoming.
Yeah,
dance,
like, this club is booty. What the fuck? This sucks.
Yeah.
This club is ass.
But then, luckily, Rajit and Linda fall...
Oh, she gonna fuck that guy. And
Yeah.
she's like, oh, like
again,
let's dance together. Jesus,
okay,
man.
okay. I don't.
And like Bill's just fucking. Oh, and Bill's there, and like Rajit's sister is like playing defense. She's like, oh, she's upstairs. I think go look for her there. And you're like, what's okay? Why the okay?
Oh, but then of course Rajit gets kicked out because he's not supposed to.
By the evil Bill.
He's not supposed to be
He
in
slips
there.
him some money. He slips the bouncer some money.
Oh, he's like, don't worry. This is how my night
Because
always
he's a
ends.
bad guy.
But also, it seems like this has happened to him before. Like, he gets kicked out a lot. Does Bill always kick him out?
I mean, and he seems to like he did actually do the crime of breaking into the club. Like he didn't pay to get in the club or whatever.
Yeah. So again, okay. Hey, Diwali happens though, and
he also got a pocket. Billy gets a pocket watch.
No.
No, it's important for them later in the story.
No, I have to do this.
It's funny because I'm like, what the fuck is this scene? And I was like, this is a MacGuffin. Yeah, okay, keep going.
93 contracts later, Mike. Rice 9.
93 contracts.
Is a 6. Oh wait, did I miss the part where they're harvesting the rice?
Jamie
did they
not
harvest the rice yet?
Okay, so they you're like, oh, like Ranjit's stinkweed is gonna kick some ass. It doesn't. No, I guess it doesn't.
Also, she finds out and is even more mad.
Because she just like goes and there's a big thing that says Rice 9.
I think it says Linda on it actually.
Yeah,
I think
there's
Linda.
two bags.
Oh,
a bag that says Linda and a bag that says Rajit.
Yeah.
And he's like, why do these bags say Linda and Rajit on them? And why does this say Rice 9 and this say, Basmati?
Stinkweed. It says stinkweed.
Yeah, stinkweed, yeah. And which again is not rice, it's a separate so like why can't they just fucking work together? Okay.
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
I was like, why
Well,
don't they just
sounds
work
correct.
together?
That sounds correct.
Like he's not even selling his product really.
Like, you could have made her product better, and then you would have fell in love
Also, like, it's
for
not
a real
like
purpose.
stinkweed is a foreign invading plant. He like fully just gets it from the side of the road. Yeah. Just go find that shit and put it in your field.
Also, he's the first one to think of putting stinkweed.
He's not growing stinkweed. He just finds it.
He's the weed man,
and he's talking about like selling it. I'm like, how you don't grow it? You're just finding it. What the fuck is going on?
Finding it.
What the fuck is happening?
But then she gets all upset because she's like, oh, Rajit, you'll find another way to get into college. Don't worry.
So also like, because they don't say like, oh, this is a winner. They're just like, there are two bags that look exactly the same. Yep. So like his thing didn't work.
It's fatality.
Like did the stinkweed just not work? Or
no,
like,
because they worked their magic, got those contracts, baby.
I'm so confused with
But
this
also,
scene.
Rajit did it for college. She's like, oh no, I should have helped him or something. I feel bad for him now, even though he's been a complete and utter douchebag.
She's also wearing a scarf.
And tried to beat my shit.
She's wearing a scarf for no reason in the scene before this, just so it gets caught on something and she takes it off in anger. And it was funny because Jamie's like, I hate that scarf, and then it got caught on the thing and took it off. And like, they heard you. Dan heard you. They talk about the head wiggle mat, which is one of your favorite things in Indian lore legend, the wiggle. The head wiggle.
They talked about it? I must have missed that.
They did. They had a whole scene about this, man. You're not. Did you get some coffee?
I must have went up to get a beer or something.
Wow.
I probably was like, somebody please kill me.
Well, because like this is right before the reveal that like they fucked her, that he fucked her in the bad way, and so
not the good way.
They're singing to each other, and I'm like, no one is this stupid because basically also like. Oh, the rice doesn't seed, and she's like, oh, I just thought that they want to buy the rice every year. I'm like, people grow shit agriculturally. They don't like buy
you didn't think about this as a problem.
Yeah,
like that this should be seeding.
But also, her older, much less named father didn't think this is a problem either.
Who's been the fuck around?
Also, villain.
Who's been around?
Also, a villain whose brain and disposition were changed by Sam Beckett, who leapt into his body.
Hoping each time the next sleep would be the
again. This makes this a better movie if Sam Beckett is in it. Correct.
There's nothing.
Next sleep.
There's nothing that makes this a better movie.
I'm sorry, Matt. You're wrong.
She gets this Billy Yum 2x2 at the end. That would have made this a better movie. There you go.
Or she doesn't get with anyone, Matt, because she's her own.
No. She needs some help.
Own.
She needs Prince William.
What if she gets to the sister?
Maybe that's why she's like, I'm not interested in either of you.
Yeah, see,
It's like, RT, get over here.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So not only is Rajit arrested by a corrupt criminal,
this gets weird.
he's put in a straitjacket.
This gets super fucking weird now. Like, this is okay.
It's
Now
not mistake.
he's in a prison in a straitjacket. Is that something they do in India? Like,
Obviously, and you know why? Because when she finally finds him, she's just cool with it.
yeah, she's like just talks to him and it's kind of angry.
Like, angry.
Well, she should be, but this is weird.
But
right?
he's Hannibal Lecter right now. Like,
yeah.
motherfucker money's been like tied to a board or some shit, and he's like, oh yes, but also you hurt my feelings, and maybe you deserve to be in here.
Again,
like,
no, they shouldn't have been together though. So. I'm all for him getting tied up. Oh yeah, and he's rich. So Prince William's like, oh, come up and we'll drink champagne.
And okay, sure. But also, like, they're trading all their regrowable rice for this rice 9, and I'm like, surely famine is to follow. This doesn't make much sense, but okay. Or like, just like, don't trade your rice, maybe. Like, just don't trade your rice.
Is this when Donald Sutherland shows up? I should have written down what his actual name was. And he says, what does he say? What's the line that he says right before they get this train moving? I just basically said most of it. He said, get that choo-choo train going.
Yeah, because
that choo-choo train.
Is my choo-choo ready to go? He says.
That choo-choo train.
Is my choo-choo ready to go?
That choo-choo train.
Is my choo-choo ready to go?
Like, are you 8? What?
Don't
Like, is this guy okay?
I really do hope, and I think it made it better for me because I was thinking this, Donald Sutherland just made up those lines.
You know what he could have, like, just improvise everything, sir. You are your gravitas will just gonna reign supreme on this. So go for it, sir. But then these fucking like stormtrooper cops come with like riot gear.
I am a stormtrooper,
and he's like, I hired them. They're not from here, basically.
Yeah.
So
where are they from?
Okay.
Like, then they have no jurisdiction. What is going on?
And it turned like a Civil War movie. That was like,
because he's like, you're a salesman and you rock, Doc.
He's like, oh, you lead these Indians to the battle, basically.
Did you know that the rice wasn't renewable? And they're like, no, we don't know that.
And she's trying to talk, and he's trying to talk over her, and then they get the choo-choo train going, and then she's like in the lead of this like crowd marching up on these people, like,
and they cut her mic, like literally cut a cord. But then they get the mic working again in the next scene, and Scott Bakula cuts the cord because they wanted to show that gag twice. And I was like, what? I'm confused. But then he didn't leave home after that. He was still there, and you're like, okay, well,
he had to finish something. There's
like,
something to finish. Yeah. Sometimes he doesn't know.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, he didn't know. So they're on a train, the choo train, which is she's on a horse, by the way. The horse that just was another MacGuffin.
Also. The CEO and his assistant are driving the train.
Oh, you can turn a lever and
they're driving the fucking train.
If you turn the lever
what
and you press 2 buttons, and like they could have just done like a line where she's like, "Oh, I used to drive a train for fun" or something.
We got nothing. We got nothing out of this. I was like, "What are you doing?"
But they're not driving the train fast. They're driving
what are you doing?
Possibly 5 miles an hour.
It'll take a minute to speed up.
Like Brie Larson walks up to the train. And like she's fine, and then she just gets on the train.
What are you doing? Like,
so you think like, oh, they're gonna stop her, so to throw off this speeding train that's going 5 miles
roll
an
Linda
hour.
from the train?
No, they don't though. She finds a hammer and just uncouples the cars.
Oh yeah. Also, this is the part where I remember Linda putting that one line in where she said she used to ride horses because like, oh yeah, look, that's why she could ride a horse up to there. Because she used to ride horses.
And you say if it wasn't for my horse in college, I wouldn't have graduated college. Yeah, I get it.
I was like, this movie can end now. Hey, the train of progress cannot be stopped. Another thing he says, the train of progress cannot be stopped.
Yeah, so Regina,
and they're singing the song. They're also singing like a spiritual. Like they keep saying, "Get on board the train."
No, this train is bound for glory.
They're saying he's fucking spiritual.
This train is bound for
like,
glory.
Fuck you! Like, what are you doing?
They're evil, Matt. They're evil.
I hate this. I hate this movie. Like, please stop.
So then Rajit's going to stop the train with his car that he has because he had a car.
Yep.
Why was he not
stole a car?
Yeah. What? Yeah. The Jamie's like he just broke his car. I'm like, the man don't own a car.
Yeah.
He got a fucking Oscar.
Yeah.
This was established.
Yeah, we established.
He stole someone's car and destroyed it.
Yep.
But it's not like destroyed like in like metal shrapnel. It's like a floating front wheel.
And
like,
they're fine. They jump off this car at the last minute and are fine.
I was like, please let a door just slam them while they're having a conversation.
Cut them in half.
Yeah, it's like, I like slam my head into the ground. Nothing.
They are completely fine after jumping off a car that was hit by a moving train.
This is where we get the best sequence because it cuts from them looking close to being at the wedding.
That was their wedding?
They did it.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that was definitely their wedding. Come on,
I hated
dude.
it. They're so fucking dumb.
Did you watch the same movie?
No, I did. I saw it and I was like, I hate
Because it's
this.
a Bollywood scene.
I'm like, maybe they're dancing for a holiday or something. I don't care about this so much. But they did kiss. And they hooked the rice car too, so they didn't take. They took the train, but they did not take the rice.
I understood that.
So it's fine.
Because she hit it. She
It's fine.
hit the coupling with a hammer.
Everything's fine.
And she's like just hitting it randomly, and then she like sees this little lever and hits the lever, and no couples. Because she is wise, Matt. Huh?
Is this after he gets out of jail for the crimes he's committed? Because he definitely still committed several crimes.
No. Well, so they don't accuse him of any crimes. And remember, the guy that put him in jail also just lets him out. He just like, oh, I'm sorry, and lets him out. That's how he gets in the tracks in the first.
So we get the Bollywood dance we were looking for, though. Finally,
yes, finally.
And the good guys win.
I even wrote some Bollywood finally,
and the bad guys lose. Did you know there's a deleted scene?
Matt, also Scat Bakula is dancing in this scene. Confirmed.
Was he doing that?
Yeah, he's like doing like doing like little,
Oh my God.
and he's like doing like a little thing like that.
I was probably blacking out at that point.
You shouldn't have, because
I saw the deleted scene. Did you see the deleted scene?
I didn't see a deleted
Oh,
scene.
there was like a mid-credit scene.
Oh, no, I saw the mid-credits.
Yeah, with like the cow mooing in it.
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
Oh, yeah, it was like a blooper. And they were doing the one of the scenes where they were going to kiss or something, and the cow went moo in the background and scared the shit out of Brie Larson. And the dude's like, "What? There's a cow." And she's like, "There's a cow. Why is there a cow? Why?" And it was like, it's over. It ended.
And they found out that their methods combine perfectly because he's Stinkweed Boy and she's Rice Lady.
Yeah,
And so
they smoked.
So
that
now he's like
stinky
working
stink.
for Scott Bakula too, I guess.
This movie.
And I
was
quit.
pretty bad.
And the last thing I wrote is why I say he left home.
He has to kill them. That's what. Okay,
I have to end your love.
was this movie worse than Rebel Moon?
I don't think it's comparable. Because
We
I thought
compared
they were,
Yoga Hosers to Rebel Moon.
because I thought they were both
This
terrible.
movie worse than Yoga
Yeah, but
Hosers.
Yoga Hosers has so much action in that. Bratzi's.
Is
No, yes, it was. I think so.
I don't think it was worse than Yoga Hosers. I actually, it's hard because I'm hating on this movie right now, but really I felt nothing.
Exactly, you liked
I
it.
felt nothing. Like just
Except for love.
nothing. Like it's just there's nothing to this movie.
Like I
It's a
said,
nothing burger with cheese.
I watched it with someone that enjoyed it, so it made me enjoy it more. And I still hated it. Like the music was fucking abysmal.
There's like one song that was okay. All the rest were bad. Like,
And the Donald Sutherland
badly
thing,
written.
The Donald Sutherland song was bad, but because he was doing what he was
It
doing,
was fucking hilariously bad.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, exactly. It was hilariously bad.
I would,
Which is what
I
we
might have
want.
smiled at it because I was just, but it was like shaking my head, like,
And they're just singing "This Train Is Bound for Glory," and then they stop singing it, and then start singing it
They
again.
did some other weird shit in that scene too, where he was like giggling on the ground at one point. There was like some weird, like, was
Yeah,
he
he did.
high?
Oh,
Did he smoke the stink?
I think
He was
Donald
like,
Sutherland only gets high nowadays. He just only gets high.
I used to do all the
Yeah.
drugs, the peyote back in the day.
That's a pretty good down. That was pretty good.
I didn't workshop it yet, so that was my first
Yeah,
time.
work a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
He's got that little. He's got a little bit of nasally.
Like
there,
nasally up here.
Um,
Yeah, I don't think it was worse than Yoga Hosers. It was a bad movie. I would never watch it.
I would
again.
never watch it again, and I don't recommend that you watch
No, I
it.
wouldn't either.
But I didn't hate it.
I just felt nothing. It just made
I felt numb.
It left my heart.
I've become so numb.
Yeah, it left my heart empty. Completely.
Do you think like you'll never be in love again now because
maybe?
or did you fall in love with Billy and he's not going to give you the time?
That guy was. He was.
You could get it, yeah.
He was the Draco Malfoy that Hermione should have been with instead of Ron.
Right.
Instead of Ron.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey guys, burn this movie. Burn it. Thanks for stopping by. Like and subscribe if you haven't yet already. And why are you watching if you haven't? I mean, come on.
What do you even do with your
Hey,
life?
stay classy though.
Bye now. If you want to turn off, please.